Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Hunting Rocks. As always, I'm Jeff. Today I'm doing something a little different. We're not actually hunting rocks today, we're hunting cullet glass.
Most of the glass we'll find today is actually pre-consumer cullet. Pre-consumer cullet is a waste glass resulting from the manufacturing of products that contain glass as one of their components, and which leaves a specific facility where it was generated becoming waste but not reaching the consumer market. In other words, if the color was off or something like that, let's say their glass smelting furnace were to have broke down and it were to have solidified, such as you see in these two pictures here, picture 1 and picture 2, as it freezes up, that glass has to be broken free and thrown away, or broken free, crushed up, and reused, depending on if the customer will allow that glass to be reused, especially in the case with most of the amber that we'll see today. A lot of beer companies would rather it just be thrown out. Now, slag glass is a collectible glass with colored streaks and swirls throughout it, which are usually white or cream in color, as seen in the picture. Slag glass is commonly purple, but can be found in less common colors such as blues, browns, or greens. It is important to remember that these two glasses have nothing in common with Mr. Glass, the super intelligent villain from the M. Night Shyamalan movie Unbreakable. Also, I doubt Samuel L. Jackson has any want to go to Glass Island.
Alright, let's start this walk. I started at the far end of the beach. I'm going to be making my way back down towards my bag. This is a really nice area if you're a driftwood collector. However, before you pick up any driftwood, always check with local and state regulations. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. What I'm doing out here is I am just picking up essentially garbage from the old dump. And I found a piece right here. This is a piece of cullet glass. You can see the bubbles inside of it from where they poured it out. It's just waste glass. Here's another piece, really nice piece of green. A little piece of amber. There's a lot of amber glass on this beach. The area where we're at had lots and lots of breweries at one time before Prohibition. Alton itself had, I believe, 3. Then, of course, over in the St. Louis area, you have Anheuser-Busch, which is still in business. You had Limp Brewery, which sadly went out of business. So this area was a great place for them to have their bottles made, shipped right across the river to them. This piece is not a piece of cullet glass. This is essentially a piece of what they call it, sea glass, only except for in this area it is more along the lines of river glass. But here's a nice clear piece of cullet glass sitting underneath this piece of driftwood. I know a lot of jewelry makers really like cullet glass. I'm a fan of it. I'll tumble it down. I'll turn it into sea glass and sell it. I don't sell it as sea glass. I sell it as tumbled glass, but jewelry makers enjoy it. I enjoy it. So let's make our way down towards the river here and see if it has washed anything out. So the waves come in, they erode out pieces of rock and other pieces of glass that have been buried for years. They dumped here for a long, long time. In fact, here's a piece right here. It's a nice sized chunk of amber. One time this could have been beer bottles or something else. Sadly, it wasn't what they wanted, so away it was scrapped, and it ended up life down here. Here's another chunk of amber. And if I find a piece, I'll show you how you can tell the difference between the Cullet glass and from glass that's just been sitting in somebody's fire. A lot of people come down here and fish. They'll have campfires from time to time. They throw their bottles into it, melts them down over time. Oh, here's another nice piece. Well, it looks like today may be an amber glass day. It's all right. I found beautiful pieces of blue, green out here. Lots of pieces like this bubbly one. You just never know what you're going to find. What you'll find down here is whatever the river lets you. Whatever washes up to the surface. I'm sure if I dug this, I would find tons of different colors of glass that they've dumped throughout the years. And it's not just small pieces like what I've been finding today. I remember as a little kid, came down here fishing with my dad, and over on that point right there that's separated from us due to high water, we found a chunk of blue Cullet glass, beautiful blue Cullet glass. All right, as I was walking over this way, I looked down and saw this piece of amber. It's a nice sized chunk, but then I look back in there. I hope you can see it. I'm gonna grab it right now. That is a beautiful piece of bubbled. It is just full of bubbles inside. And another piece right behind it. This one is a clear one. Found another piece of clear, but the one that really excites me, the pieces I like most, are these right here. Look at that beautiful aquamarine color they have. These are hard to find down here. They're out here, and they do get big, but compared to the amber or the clear, these are the ones that you want to find. I thought I was going to have an amber glass day today, but apparently I've got a bubbly piece glass day. That might be Cullet, but chances are that's just a broken bottle. Okay, I'm going to check this little ridge here. See if we can find anything. Looks like we've got some right here. Another piece of green. Chipped up piece of bluish white. Lots of broken glass. Piece of amber. I think this is another piece of amber. Yep, this is a drip nodule. This was dripping off the side whenever they shut it down and broke it up, put it on train cars and dumped it out here. Decent sized chunk of amber. This will polish up nicely. Another little bubbly piece. And a nice piece of melted green. That is not a piece of glass. That is a piece of flint. Archert, if you will. That'll come home with me. You will find a lot of neat rocks and shells down here too. If you're a shell collector, it's a good spot for you. Here's a amber drip piece. Throw that into my pocket. And another piece of green. It's a pretty decent sized piece of green. Not huge, but oh, here's another piece of green I just saw. This one is an old broken soda bottle. You can tell by the bottom. It's alright, I'll pick it up. I'll do something with it or put it where it belongs, in the trash, not out here alongside the river. Because this is an old dump, you will occasionally find bottles that float to the surface. I found full bottles, I found broken ones that have either been brought in by the river during flood or they've worked their way up. Got a whole bunch of bubbly glass here that has begun to wash out. As the river comes up and removes gravel, it just brings this stuff to the surface. So it's buried deep. Nice, interesting piece of melted and curved. This has been here for quite some time. You can tell by the fogginess of it. Right beside it is another piece of amber. And this piece shining in the sunlight. Always keep your eyes peeled here. Find little pieces like that that are partially buried. There's a nice piece of amber that's glowing in the sunlight. Pick that up. Love the look of them when the light shines through them. Just sat back down. I was getting ready to film some of my exit video for this rock hunt. In this case, a glass hunt. And I saw that piece of amber. It's laying right there. I'm going to leave it. If anybody finds it, let me know in one of my future videos. Well, everybody, I've been here about 45 minutes. I filled up my backpack. It's time for me to start heading back to the truck, but before I do, let me show you some of the things you have to be careful of while you're out here. So this is what was behind me while I was sitting talking to you folks. This is the riprap that was placed below the river road. The river road is up there. You've probably heard cars going by it repeatedly while I've talked to you. That can be very treacherous. Some of those rocks are loose. Some of them are very large. If you have walking problems, I highly recommend not coming out here. If you don't have walking problems, I highly recommend bringing a walking stick with you for this hill. Right back up there, you can probably see it as a water slide. Right on the other side of the guardrail, that is Raging Rivers. I'm going to pop up a map and show you guys exactly where this place is at. I do hope you come out here. I do hope you find some things. And do me a favor, when you do come out here, bring a trash bag with you. Pick up some of this trash that's out here. I try to do that every time I'm out. I pick up plastic bottles and other junk like that. But I'm going to make my walk back to the truck. And I'll show you what I found today once I get there. This is the Raging Rivers Water Park. So you can see it's 62 degrees today. So here are my finds from the day, set out on the back of my truck. Start over here. I found a nice piece of horn coral, a piece of flint. Those are my two non-glass pieces of the day. I found a really pretty blue piece of slag. Over to my green pile. And here's my aquamarine. That's some of my favorite. It's hard to find though. Over here is my clear and bubbly pile. My big piece of bubbly I found today. It's about the size of a baseball. And then along the back we have the amber. Set in. Now to give you an idea of where I'm parked at, I'm going to pan around over here. And over there is the Grafton Visitor Center. This gate is closed right now. I highly recommend you park on this side. Whenever they are open, they close usually around 4 o'clock, and whenever that gate closes, if you're in there, you're either stuck or you're going off-road. they prefer you not to go off-road. If you get the chance and the Grafton Visitor Center is open, they have a really nice museum inside. I highly recommend checking it out. But you'll see all along the river road here, there's bluffs. If you walk over towards this side, there's a path that goes back. Follow those bluffs around, stay to the bottom. That's still Visitor Center area. And you'll come out in an old rock quarry. That old rock quarry is really good for finding trilobites, cephalopods, and other fossils like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I know it wasn't rocks, but like I said, glass is made of silica, so it's kind of a cheat. Anyhow, I hope I can get a like, share, and subscribe from you, and I hope to see you on the next rock hunt.
This is the map I cut off of Google Earth to give you an idea. Shows the River Road Route 100 with the parking area across from the Grafton Visitor Center down to the Cullet Glass Island. The red line I drew, as you can see, is the bike path alongside of Route 100. As you walk to Cullet Glass Island, oncoming traffic will be to your back. I highly recommend walking on the other side of the guardrail for safety. On the way back, on the bike trail, you will be walking towards oncoming traffic so you can see who is coming. Like I said, it's just a touch over a half mile, but I hope you get out there. I hope you find some good Cullet glass, and I hope you enjoy my video. So please, as always, like, share, and subscribe.